Hey, what's good, guys? Jet here with another video, and in the background you're seeing some For Honor gameplay. I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of that game, but it was pretty big for a while. But this is another story video. It's gonna be about my first fight, and if you know me in real life, then this is probably one of the first things you heard about me, either this or another video I made where I choked somebody out. But again, that's for another video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. I'm gonna take you back to about 5 years ago when I was in middle school, and I was playing a pickup football game 2 days before my birthday out in the street. I was playing with a neighbor of mine and a cousin of mine. It was me, my cousin, and one of my neighbor's brothers versus his other two brothers and himself. And we was just playing a game. Was just playing, was throwing the ball, running, blocking each other. Well, I guess one of his brothers didn't like me blocking him, sort of say, so we can score. So the brother himself, we're just gonna call him Jay. Okay, yeah, we're just calling him Jay. No, we're gonna call him Hunter. He came up to me and was like, "Yo, you better quit blocking my brother like that." And I look him in his eyes. I step closer to him. He steps closer to me. And I grab him in a headlock and I just start wailing on him. Like I have his head in a headlock. And I just start punching him on the top of his head. All because he just got mad because I was playing rough. And I guess, in a way, it was my fault. Shouldn't have been so rough playing freaking pickup a football. And his other brothers, his other three brothers, came over there and started pulling me off. All I remember was just me punching him, like looking down and just punching in the top of his head. And then I remember like a whole bunch of hands just pulling me. I think my parents were in there. And while I have his brother in the headlock, his youngest brother, I think, was 8. I don't know. He was small. I remember him punching me. I remember him punching my face. And I look over at him while still having his older brother in the head, and I rocked him in his nose. And I think I broke his nose because he started bleeding. And then I go back to punching his brother. Then Hunter, he gets out. He falls on the ground. I run over to him and I kick him in the head. And then I like grab him and throw him into the fire hydrant. And then I start punching him more. And then I just kept wailing on him. I put him back in the headlock. I just kept punching him. And then my mom or my dad, I don't remember, got me off of him and pulled me back into the house. When I went into the house, I walked through the front door and I looked behind the front door and there was a little plastic wiffle ball bat. I grabbed that and I run out of the house. I run all the way to Hunter's house and I catch one of his younger brothers walking in and I start hitting him in the head with a bat. And then Hunter's dad pushed me off the porch. And then my mom came over there and grabbed me. And all I remember is just like a whole bunch of hands just pulling me back. And then I remember just getting choked with the wiffle ball still in my hand, like wiffle ball bat still in my hand. I remember getting choked and thrown back in the house again. So my idea, I looked at the bat and I'm like, no, I gotta get rid of this. So I run to my kitchen, which was overlooking our backyard, and I throw the bat out there. And then I walk back in the living room and I sit down. And my dad walks in, he's like, "Where's the bat?" And I'm like, "I got rid of it." He's like, "Why?" "Because I don't want to be charged with murder." I don't know why I thought getting rid of the bat, throwing it in the backyard, was the best place to throw the bat. But then I go upstairs, I go sit on the computer, and I start playing some Whisper in the Dark. Don't know who it's by, but you should probably know who it is. Just Google Whisper in the Dark song and you'll find it. It was a rock song. I don't know why I went up there and I started listening to that. But looking back at it, that was pretty funny. That whole fight was pretty funny. So for people who don't know, people who know me and don't know about the fight, that's what happened. And didn't talk to Hunter. Haven't talked to Hunter since. And if you already know who I'm talking about, you already know who Hunter is. Don't know why I called him Hunter, but I just felt like Hunter's the most obnoxious name for anybody ever. Like, give me a good character trait about a Hunter you know. You can't. And that's what I feel about Hunter. But also, the next day, or the next 3 days after that, it was a Monday, I was going to school. And I was walking down to the bus stop, and all I see was Hunter and his brothers. And I'm like, hold up. Hunter's younger brother doesn't go to this school. Sorry for that. Hunter's younger brother doesn't go to school. That was the kid I broke the nose of. And I just look at him and I see wrap all over his nose. Like his nose is bandaged up. And I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down there. So I just sit at the other bus stop and I just wait for that bus to come. The funny thing is the bus that I got on wasn't even going to my school. It went to a different school. So I ended up at a different school just because I didn't want to go down to the bus stop that I was supposed to be going to that goes to my school. And I didn't want to get jumped. And that's basically what happened. I fought off a whole family full of Hunters. I should have all called them Hunters. Hunter 1, Hunter 2, Hunter 3, Hunter 4. But yeah. Also in freshman year, I actually had to sit next to Hunter for history. Not sure if that played a part in the story, but whatever. It doesn't matter because those are pretty funny. I never talked to him. I just sat there looking at him. Or he sat there looking at me. I don't know. I try not to look at him. I went through a weird stage during my freshman year. True weird things. But years after that initial fight, Hunter is he's a father who dropped out of high school and currently isn't in college or plan on going to college, which I don't know. That's what my dad told me. He has a child and he dropped out of high school. Well, I graduated high school and I'm going to college, so I guess I win. Hunter, screw you, and good night. Thanks for watching and have a good day. If you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I know this is a jumbled mess of talking, but thank you for supporting, and once again, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see y'all later. Deuces.